Hey guys, I'll get you started here. James, good to see you, buddy. I'm gonna get you promoted, and then we got lots of people to get connected here. So hang on one second. Hey, Brianna.
How you doing, Gary? I like your haircut.
Oh, thank you.
I don't know what's going on with my picture while only half of my face is showing. That's weird. That's really strange.
Yeah, that's
I don't know what's going on with that. Oh, you know what? It's my camera. I had something over my camera.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, let's see.
Hey, Brianna, long time no see. Hey, girl,
Vanessa.
you're looking super cute.
Oh, thank you.
Love the hair.
Almost done promoting. I'm going to look for Gina's not going to be with us tonight. So I might call on one of you to pitch in and help me out with promoting people and things like that.
I can help you if you need it, Gary.
Oh, hey Rob, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Pretty good. You know, let me go ahead and promote you. So you're now a co-host. And then James, I'm going to promote you also to co-host. That way, if you can share your screen and okay, so if you haven't been promoted yet, Rob's going to get you promoted. And James, good to see you again.
Yeah, good to see you as well. Thank you. Will you promote Elliot's going to be joining in a bit. He's going to kick us off, and then I'm going to do the demo.
Okay.
He just joined in, so.
All right. Let's see if I can find him here.
Oh, he's also under my name, James Hartley. So
okay, two James Hartleys. Well, I wonder. Okay, I just made him co-host too, so I didn't.
Okay.
Okay, that.
Yeah. Can you guys hear me? Okay.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yep. So what we're doing now is we give everybody a few minutes to get on, and then we'll get started in a few minutes. Plus, it's recording, but it's just kind of easygoing crowd, so you can relax or at ease, as we say in the military.
Yeah,
Yep.
at ease, like it.
Yeah,
We like at ease.
yeah. And we got some new folks.
So tell me a little bit about this group,
Oh.
Gary, if I can.
Oh, sure.
I am absolutely one of those guys I seek first to understand so I can speak intelligently to my audience. Tell me a little bit about this group, how to come together, what's their focus, what's their mindset. Every investor group's got their little secret sauce. What is this one?
These guys are crazy. No, just kidding.
My kind of people. Sold.
There you go. Now I'll tell you what, many different walks of life and many areas covered. So we're in 36 states.
Okay.
Usually, and we've got well over 100 people on the team. We'll generally get 30 to 40 people into classes. And so most of us are real estate agents. We do occasionally investors come on too. And we actually opened this up a little over a year ago to anybody, so our agents can invite guests on, because it's usually good content like what you guys are bringing to the table tonight. Plus, we like the open forum. It's a lot of engagement. You'll find once you're sort of through the presentation, the Q&A starts. It's usually pretty lively. So the one thing we have in common is, aside from the fact that most of us are agents, we all do have an interest in investing in real estate, and some of us actually already are investors. So very entrepreneurial crowd. These guys are definitely learners and action takers. I mean, just like any organization, the people that show up are usually the ones that are doing the best. I mean, they're just active, engaged. As a matter of fact, Betty Kappa, I'm not sure if she's on yet. She was recently invited to be on a panel of top commercial producers in Tampa, which is a huge honor. I mean, top 5.
Heck yeah.
It's not like 5.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, but the actual top 5 people. She's in that group. Just amazing. And she just, very very humble, unassuming group, and some really good people. I'm the lucky one. I'm the blessed one, so yeah.
Hey, that's the goal. That's the
Yeah.
goal.
We got some new
So
members. Chris Wilson is, hey Chris, good to see you. She's in the upper middle part of Kansas, and Kiara's new to the team. Let's see if Clarence is Chris Patterson's still relatively new. So Chris, we'll have to stop calling you new here in another class or two. You'll be a veteran. So
Sounds
yeah.
good.
So yeah, go ahead, James. Elliot, I'm sorry.
yeah, no, I was just going to ask. So are you guys taking on like unique strategies, like as far as like some wholesale wraps, subject twos, like are you guys doing all that stuff?
Yeah, we maybe not have done everything, but we've done an awful lot of it. And wholesaling has become a larger and larger part of our lives lately. And I think it's true for everybody. And I've done it. I've been on both ends of wholesaling, buying and selling. And there's a gentleman on, Tim Luke, who's actually here tonight, and he's spearheading a project. Actually, I think he's spoken to James about this.
Yeah.
Zoodealio is going to play a pretty fairly large role in this, So.
Yep. Yeah. Well, I've had the pleasure of talking with Tim a time or two as well, and so yeah, I'll definitely speak to a strategy around wholesaling, because really at the end of the day, this is about unit economics, right? That's part of one of the beautiful things about taking the investor approach, especially if you're licensed, is, how many different pathways can we monetize or opportunities off of this lead, right? So it's being able to lead with that cash offer hook, being able to use technology to create confidence. And then not only that, giving them multiple solutions that, regardless whether it's a wholesale or whether it's an investment flip, a wholesale, even some wrap, type strategies. I think that we're going to start seeing more of with our really ridiculous. I mean, one of my favorite stats that's out there right now is over 70% of homeowners have a rate, a fixed rate less than 4%. So if we think that those aren't going to come back in a big way, we're kidding ourselves.
Right.
And again, even from an investment standpoint, when you can do that, and it's when you have those type of rates, and you can maybe even go in and do like a subject to, right, where you're kind of snagging the property, you assume it, and in that, then you rent it out, TLC the property if it needs that. And with rents being as high as they are, it's a tremendous opportunity, right? So there's just so many different pathways, and it all starts with that cash offer hook. So
yeah, I agree. We were talking about assumptions and things like in subject twos a few weeks back, and what's interesting is a lot of people don't realize there's unfortunately misinformation sometimes when people are here. You can't assume mortgages anymore. That's just simply not true.
right.
You have, the old days you could assume a mortgage without being qualified. You can't do that anymore, but you can certainly assume a mortgage if you qualify. That's what the banks are doing. Not every mortgage, but it's certainly a large enough portion of them where, if rates do get 7, 8%, and you find somebody that needs to sell that just bought it, 2, 3, 4 years ago. I mean, I'm looking at using that in my strategy myself. So why wouldn't I take on a partially amortized loan with a much lower interest rate? My gosh,
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So you let me know, Gary, when you guys want to roll. We do have a little bit of, just a planned, kind of presentation. So just as an FYI, kind of giving you a little bit of a rundown on that. We'll give you a little bit of the backstory and kind of paint out the landscape. And then from there, I'm going to have James just kind of go through like the actual software, what it is, how it works, how it snags the lead, how fast it returns the offer. Then from there, we really want to probably get into some strategy, right? Where it'll be kind of very open forum where we can discuss actual practitioner stuff. I mean, this is the beauty of it, which I'm sure Tim will attest to, is when you see this in action, those wheels kind of get going in place, right? When you're running data, you can build in your own customized, offers inside of the offer dashboard next to the different home selling options that you're already going to have. Again, it's one of the best ways to pull in those homeowners, right? When you can instantly see some home selling solutions with no cost or no obligation, right? There's some data on this that we have, but there's a reason why iBuyers have regardless of them, having not had the best last couple quarters, as far as a mind share from today's consumer, there's a reason why they've continued to grow. And it's because that Amazon-like home selling experience is what most consumers are looking, many consumers are looking for, which is, as you know, your guys' cup of tea being investors, right? Instant solutions that are qualified, credible, convenient.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, let's go ahead and kick her off. So you and James are both co-hosts, so you should be able to share your screens, and I'll monitor between Rob and I will monitor the questions. And then, do you like to take questions as you go, or would you rather have them hold up for intervals? We'll look for breaks in the action. And
well, I'll kind of just lay the landscape and the groundwork. I will share some stats. So in the event that you guys have any questions, want to dig in on anything, I'll pause before we start with James there, so we can do a couple questions there, and then I'll have James run through his part, and then we'll like I said, we'll do it for tacticianer stuff. Open it up for tacticianer stuff after that.
that sounds good to me. Yeah.
All right. Let me share my screen.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So what I want to do real quick is share with you guys a couple of just simple strategies on ways that you could really, recession proof your business today. And as we look at this, part of one of the things I love that we've created at Zoodealio is, one of my favorite sayings is the path is math, right? So it's not often a word problem, it's a mathematical problem. And when we can look at the data around certain pieces around these instant home selling solutions, it is absolutely, the success of it is leaving clues. Right. So the first thing I want to share with you guys is there's a study that was done a little while back, and really it came down to certainty, convenience, and cost. And this has become known in the tech industry of, prop tech, fintech, as the 3 C's. And it's what most consumers are looking for today. So part of what that study was is, why are so many homeowners looking for these certain and convenient, less friction type environments? Well, and there was a bunch of studies that went on around it, how much people didn't want to put their house on the market, didn't want to have people in their house, didn't want to have to board their dogs, the inconvenience of being able to get or ultimately selling their house traditionally. So what they found in this study was the 3 C's, where it's the certainty, the convenience, and cost, right? That's really what it comes down to. And that is, they want to have the best collective balance of those 3 things. And that is exactly what we're after in creating, is giving them ultimate certainty, ultimate convenience, while still giving them the best cost, i.e. selling their house for the most money and putting the most money in their pocket. So that's what the Zoodealio platform does, is it streamline that process while keeping you guys at the center of that entire process. And so part of recession proofing your business is ultimately being able to lead with that cash offer hook, because as we know, in uncertain times, buyers are going to be looking for more certainty, right? So real quick, let me kind of give you a quick little 30-second backstory about myself. I've been in the game now just underneath 20 years, fortunately, in this real estate world. And I am one of the 4 co-founders of Zoodealio. But let me share with you a little bit of some backstory about Zoodealio. So we had originally created a direct to consumer technology platform called Offervana. And what it was is, we had actually really started to kind of compete and go with up against a lot of the open doors offer pads. Well, as you'll see, my business partners that are in this picture with us here, that's Kayla, Jason, and Keith, and then myself. We had gone up against some open the iBuyers that are there, and we had actually started to get a fair amount of traction. Well, with the company called Offervana, we had one of those competitors, because they knew us locally, that we had worked with them. They saw us as a worthy competitor. and we had created the company called Offervana. Well, they actually sued us over the name offer in our name because this particular company had made the word offer famous. So the reason of what I'm sharing with you here is this is where there's so many companies out there that have the word offer in their name, right? There's offer is, as we know, is relates to real estate, as in the almost like the word real estate, right?
Mhm.
And so what we found in this is really more like about trademark bullying at the time. And it's because we had tapped and kind of cracked the code of getting into this. Now, granted, we had, lined up some pretty cool strategies. We were shooting commercials with NFL football players, and we had started to, do very well in our local market. Well, this is where actually the reason why we have this here is this is one of the, honestly, when you're getting sued by $1 billion company for a trademark infringement, it's not always the best thing to walk into that. And especially when it's trademark bullying and a bunch of BS ultimately. But we made, a decision that day. And that decision is that this wasn't going to be just for us as agents, that we were going to pivot and actually create the technology that we had and give it to all agents. And that was kind of our fight back to this $1 billion bully was, hey, you want to try to stop us? Fine, stop us. Try and stop all agents. And so that's exactly what we did that day. Is we took that and they ultimately ended up kind of buying our name that particular day, but we pivoted and we went and built this technology that I'm about to share with you on being able to take these exact same high-end strategies so that you guys can go out there and compete and crush it. And so before I get into that, I want you guys to, and you can do this. I mean, check this out now, write this down, but it's really, really cool. I'm going to kind of show you just an instant pro tip of what's going on in your local market, because Google will aggregate this already for you. So when you go in and you type in sell my house in your area, a lot of times it's going to be sell my house fast, sell my house for cash, right? So like this is literally where Google Trends are going to tell you by dropping down, by trying to guess what the most popular searches are. It returns them for you. And so you could see, this is just a live example, right, of all these things that modern sellers are doing. Sell my house fast, sell my house for cash, sell my house to Zillow, sell my house to Open Door, sell my house without a realtor, right? So these are all strategies that so many of these homeowners are looking for. And here's why around this, right? So when we look at these additional trends, like companies like an Open Door or Redfin, and the reason why I'm using these is because these are some of the larger ones that are going direct to consumer, burning that neural pathway. And you guys as investors, as soon as they've come into the industry, they have tapped into your pocket, because so many consumers are going to them, getting that cash offer where they used to be going to you. Right. And so this is that fight back where we want to give them that same high-end instant tech experience, where now it's no longer just one solution from Open Door. You're going to be giving them a menu of home selling options in that side-by-side comparison by giving them all of their strategies in one simple and convenient place. Now, here's why this is ultimately so powerful, right? So this is data that's been available. And, here's what it is. Within that 6 to 12 month, there's really two stats I want to share on this. So right now, about approximately 50% of the houses that are hitting the market in, your predominant cities, such as Phoenix, Los Angeles, Dallas, Fort Worth, Atlanta, Georgia, Orlando, Florida, right? And I'm talking primary markets like that, where iBuyers have become much more prevalent and they're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars to get to that consumer, mind share. Well, the data on that is roughly 50% of the houses that are hitting the market actually first start off with a cash offer. Now, I know that sounds like an overwhelmingly high number, but when you really put yourself in the mindset of the consumer, think about it from yourself. Why wouldn't you do that? If you could start off with a no cost, no obligation, and basically find out your basis before you go talk to realtor A, B, or C, or look at other things, options to sell your house, why would you not do that? It's no cost, it's no obligation. And that's where exactly what we're inviting you to be able to do is be one of those sources, be one of those outlets, so that you can be at the center of that transaction. You can be constantly leading to that. Now, there's another study that's been done by Clever here, to where the average homeowner in today's time, if you can give them that certainty, that convenient closing, that they'll actually give up about $45,000 of their equity to not have to deal with getting their house ready for the market, to not deal with the 55 showings, certain markets, the 10 different offers, right? They want that certainty, they want that convenience. And this is something I'm going to challenge, that we have our own personal data on a lot of things that we run. And a lot of the markets where people have already had maximum equity growth, you'd be surprised what a lot of homeowners will take a look at if you can give them that certain and convenient home selling option. So now here's where we really shift and kind of pivot on this. In this same particular survey that was performed, they found that the homeowners actually want the cash offer options, but they want it delivered to them by somebody that they know. They want that fiduciary, they want that confidant. So it's a beautiful thing where you guys can lead with the cash offer, showcase all of their home selling options to them, as James is going to show you here in just a second. But in the event that cash offer doesn't work, you pivot to another strategy, such as being able to list and sell their house on the open market, right? Here's one of my last kind of stats that I'll share with you before I have James jump in. The study on it is this, right? And those of you guys know that are doing a lot of investor advertising and marketing, that it's not usually the cash offer, it's not the wholesale offer, it's not the wrap or even the subject that gets accepted. But when you can lead with this unique strategy to start the conversation, then you pivot to one of the other strategies. Either way, you're at the center of the deal, winning the business. And here's the data on that I want to share with you from our end. Less than 5% of the cash offers, now receiving thousands of them a month, less than 5% of the cash offer option gets accepted. However, analyzing that same body of homeowners, almost half of them go on to list their house or accept a cash offer within a 6 to 12 month window. So that is, when you think about that, going back to what Gary and I, those of you guys that were hearing us talk in the beginning about the unit economics, that's what this is really about. How do you create a compelling, unique value proposition that allows you to bring in a unique value proposition, so that ultimately we can get back to what this game is: building relationships, getting people to know you, like you, and trust you. And when you can do it with the nice, digital, simple, convenient solution for today's consumer, well, that leads to you just crushing it and dominating more than you probably already are. So with that said, today's sellers are looking for that certainty, that convenience, and ultimately the best cost is as I opened up with. And so I will, one of our last little slogans here is we kind of say is when you really look at this in its most simplistic form with that data point, is today's CMA is the cash offer, right? That is the basis of what so many homeowners are looking for. And now there's a lot of agents out there, of course, that are going to argue in that. But I mean, we're going to get into some logistics, and we have a really cool offer called the Cash Plus, which is our kind of pioneering flagship offer, which is a genuine full market value cash offer. And we'll get into the strategy of that here in just a moment. But it's something I really want to plant a seed in everybody's minds that's on this, is that cash offer is today's new CMA. And when they can do it from the convenience, of their couch, the palm of their hand, by simply queuing it up, entering in their address, and getting multiple cash offers that quick, that's the power that Zoodealio is bringing to you. And guess what happens every time that happens? You get notified that you have a new lead. So that is the most simple thing. So I'm going to pause there for a quick second, see if you guys have any questions. It does look like I had some things come in the chat. I'll see if anything is queued up for me here. Oh, happy birthday, Lisa. And let's see. I have my log off, and then I'll kind of open it up, see if you guys have any questions for me. Gary, anything for me on that before we hand it over to James and have him run through and give us a live demo?
Yeah, I just want to emphasize everyone. So keep that in mind. In thinking outside the box and thinking creatively, what this is if you think about it, it's actually like a very robust, capable marketing campaign that actually does bring cash offers. The reality is, though, people were hit with reality, they realize, well, 5% of the time it's going to work. Other times are like, well, I think we need another approach. And that's when you step in and say, well, let's go ahead and get this thing listed. And then we'll bring in more people and potentially other offers that may or may not be cash. So it's think of it as a very capable marketing program with all the systems already built in. It's going to allow you to make a lot more, get more deals, but more importantly, you're going to meet a lot more people and be able to add these people to your databases. Okay. So there's more than just meets the eye here. I just want to point that out. If you think about all that this means, it's pretty compelling,
Yeah, and I'll get in after James does his things. I'll get into some tactical stuff where you can again, down to scripts of being able to talk about, offers, option A, B, or C, but then being able to pivot to listing the house, right? Like what's best practices. And, again, as you stated, there's tons of marketing workflows that we have that will integrate our software integrates with, CRMs for marketing, for advertising, all of those types of things. So everything's pretty streamlined. But James, why don't you take it away on that, and then we can
Sure.
get to it after that. Here, I'm going to stop my share.
Okay. Here we go. Sweet. So thank you, Elliot. Everybody seeing my screen here? Maximize that. Cool. So as you mentioned, so 50% of the houses that are on the MLS in the major markets, they started with the curiosity, what is my house worth with cash? So what we do at Zoodealio, we give you a landing page, right? And it's specifically targeted for multiple cash offers, no showings, no stress. You pick the closing date. So when someone accepts a cash offer, they can choose their closing date between 21 days and 60 days. It's extremely convenient. And that's why people, they get hooked by a cash offer. So we give this to you, but one really cool thing is that you can also hook this same functionality into your current website, whatever website you have. So this is an example of a website. One of our customers, he added a little module down here. Home selling should not be hard or expensive. Start with a cash offer. Get my cash offer. You click it, you're into it. But he also created 4 pages: cash offer plus, sell now, move later, fix it and list it. So these are all 4 options that we provided for him, that he's able to get these offers. And so he did something really good. He created a summary, a little screenshot. This is a page he created in his own website with his own web developers to make it look like everything is his own. Here's some bullet points of when speed, convenience, and top dollar are all important. This is why you're going to want to do this deal. Now there's a 1, 2, 3. This is how you get started, and boom, you're into it. This is the portal, so to speak. It's the same thing as this one right here. So once you add in an address right here, 5, whatever you put in, it's going to pull it up, and then you're in his system and he's generating the lead. So that just kind of shows you what's possible when you want to customize it. One other thing I'll point out, he put a sidebar link. So when you click on it, this is the landing page that we have provided him, and he has customized this domain up here. There we go. Oops, I refreshed it. So this is the same landing page. As you can see, it says Maryland-cash offers up here. So you can choose your own domain. A lot of people will use their own name and put that in there, plus the area, whatever, or cash offers, or whatever they want to do. So you can see there's the similarity right there. So cool. That's what's possible. Let me throw in an address. This is what, again, imagine you're running ads, or you sent out a mailer and there's a QR code. They click on it, whatever. They've come to your landing page. They want to see what a cash offer is. So they put in their address right here, and boom, they're in it. We geolocate their address, and then we send out a bunch of data back to them so they know, okay, yeah, this is my house, 1997 square footage. That looks right. they can adjust some of the details here, 1.5 bath, 4 rooms. And then we start to gather data, because our goal is to get a top dollar amount cash offer for you. And so we need to know what that property looks like. And so as we're gathering data, we're looking in the background for cash investors in your area. And they will be able to give a really good offer for you, because we know some of these details. So the first thing they're gonna see, again, this is the seller going through the process. They're gonna see that their house is worth $430 in this case. That's a market value. That's our algorithm. This will switch every week. It fluctuates with the market. But what's really cool is that you can come in here and start play with this, because we know that homeowners always think their house is going to be worth more, or they plain just want more money. So they're going to switch the slider over here to 450,000. Why? Because that's what I want. And people love to be heard and love to be seen. And so this 450 is there. And now I'm excited. I hit get my cash offer. And now I'm invested in it. And I'm going to throw in my information and give you the lead. So this is just some dummy information right here. And when, as Elliot mentioned, once they add in this information, you're going to get a text message saying, hey, somebody is looking for a cash offer. And they will get that cash offer within 12 to 72 hours, a real cash offer that you can show them and say, hey, you want to sell your house? I got it for you. Right. So actually, let me back up real quick. So right now they're going to get, we have this thing again, we have gamified the process. In other words, we're making it fun for them. There's a real value here. And at the low end, we see 405. And at the high end, we see 450. That's the value I think my house is worth and I want to see. So it starts out at 0, but as we add in pictures, we're going to see that bar move up. It's going to come to 25%, 30%, 40%. And what that's doing is it's incentivizing the user, the seller, to get up to 100% and to give all these images, put all these images in there. Because once we get enough imagery where we know what the property looks like, we can offer a top dollar value for the house, and we can have confidence that that value is not going to change after inspection. We'll also show you later how you can use this to your advantage to establish contact with this customer, because 5% of users will accept a cash offer. So you need to get in there, you need to get your hook in there, establish yourself as the pro in the neighborhood and in the area, and then they're your customer. Then whether they accept the cash offer or they don't, they're going to list with you. One of the things we always hear when we follow up with people is, hey, how'd that cash offer come out? And they're like, well, they didn't accept the cash offer, but I got the listing. So that's what it's about. Hook them with a cash offer, use that curiosity, and then convert them over to the listing. So now that we've gathered some photos, we're still asking for a little bit more information. But they're going to come to, this is the cash offer dashboard. This is the menu of offers, the menu of ways that they can sell their house. So as you see, I want 450 for my house. I can boost it by adding more photos. And so people are often adding more and more photos. But again, okay, so we're moving on to, here we have the cash offers. This is laid out in a menu, strategically placed. We have the market list on the market very first. Then we have a cash offer. Then we have cash offer plus, sell now, move later, become a cash buyer, and then fix it and list it. So these are all options and ways they can sell their house with you. So it no longer becomes a thing where they're wondering, hey, do I want to do business with this agent? They're thinking, how do I want to do business? It's the sale is already assumed, right? They're like, okay, do I want to do it this way, or this way? So that's why we lay it out like that. And obviously your list on the market is going to be most attractive. So let me run through real quick. We The cash offer is a traditional cash offer. It's a lower offer. The investors will make money on the margin, or they'll buy and hold. It's a one and done type of thing. The cash plus offer is a unique structure that we have created at Zoodealio, the structure of it. And so it's a cash, it combines all the benefits of a cash offer while still playing the open market. So they get a huge cash payout, 80 to 90% of the cash payout. Then we also turn it around and list it, allowing them to play the open market and get even more for it. So it's like having the benefits of the cash offer with also the open market. So it's super cool. It's our most widely accepted offer. The sell now, move later. It's a similar thing where they sell their house and then they're allowed to live there for up to 12 months. And this is really great if they're waiting for a house to be built, or they're building. So if they're waiting for the house to be built, or they're trying to build their credit, or trying to get some money and look for a house to buy, they can take the time. And so this gives them a really great option. Become a cash buyer. You are allowed to leverage the cash in our network to get a discounted price. You know, cash is king. And then fix it and list it allows them to fix their house and list it, getting a larger amount without having to put any capital up front. But what's really cool is our cash plus offer can also be used as a fix it and list it type option, because we pay out 85 to 90% of the house, they move out, and then you have the option to like fix it up for certain circumstances. So I wanted to show you one video that we did. This was a house that they had animals in the house. It smelled, it was dirty. And so they were able to fix it up and list it for much more, and have some really good success. So I'll play this, but one other really cool, well, let me play this first here.
Hi, Tim Evans with the GIA Team. We have been partnered with Zoodealio for over a year now, and it's just a great option to help homeowners, home sellers get their homes sold for the most amount of money. And what I really enjoy about working with Zoodealio is their multiple cash offer programs. But not only that, it's what they do after the home closes with the homeowner with their cash plus. This home, the seller needed help, but they weren't there financially to get all the repairs done. However, Zoodealio came in, purchased the home. They were able to move out of the home and able to fix it up. And in the photos that you can see, it's just phenomenal what transition this home has come through. So as you can imagine, the condition is going to drive the price. And in a market where it is down and compressed, we all know as agents that condition matters to get the most money for the home seller. So I would highly, highly recommend, if you haven't used or experienced Zoodealio, give them a call, go on their website. It'd be the best thing you ever done. Great folks to work with. So take them from me, Tim Evans with the GIA Team. You can partner with them and know that you're going to get great service.
Yeah, so that's something that's really cool. Again, one thing that we need to remember, Kayla, a founder of Zoodealio, she talked about this recently in one of her coaching calls that's also included in a Zoodealio membership. She talks about how there's a mental shift that needs to happen where you're not a real estate agent anymore. You're a real estate advisor. Now think about that, because it's pretty powerful. You're giving them now with Zoodealio an option to cash buy, to cash plus offer, where they can flip it and get more money. There's all these options that you are advising them how to do it. The cool thing about this, in all of these options, is your commission is baked in. You're going to get 2.5 to 3% with a cash offer, cash plus offer, sell now, move later. You guys are going to get paid. And again, all of this is done for you. Our cash network, we create it within 12 to 72 hours. We deliver the cash offer to you, and we supply it in this really elegant solution that they can see right next to your listing. And you don't have to do any work for that. So the other thing is, again, I'll re-emphasize, it's not always about the cash offer. People come here for the cash plus and cash offer. They want to see what it is. But when they see the offer amounts, the closing costs are a little higher, or this is too low, they're probably most likely going to want to list with you. And so that's where you can convert them and get the listing, which is something that we hear all the time. But so this is this is called the offer dashboard. This is where your seller, what your seller will see. Let's flip over and see the back end and see what you guys have access to here. So this is called the agent dashboard. This is where all your leads will come in. So I'm going to show you submit a property. You can submit a property by yourself. And then also this part clients, and then we'll go into some marketing material we give to you guys and some of the training. So let me click. This is, again, you're going to get a text message whenever you get a lead telling you that you have someone looking for a cash offer. So you're going to get their information here. And I always tell people, agents, to come in and look at the photos. They could be bad quality. There could be, maybe there's not enough. But again, 5% of cash offers are accepted. So you start thinking, okay, this person, I'm going to show them a cash offer, but I'm going to flip them over to my listing. So you want to start talking to them. And one great way to do it is call them up and say, hey, it looks like we only have 4 photos. Can you get me some more pictures? Or better yet, I would love to swing by your house and take some photos for you. I'll upload them myself. You know, once you get to serve them, you start working with them and serving them and becoming their friend and being helpful to them. They're going to be on board with you because you have multiple ways to sell their house. And while you're doing that, we are going to be in the background generating those offers, and we're going to put them in here. Again, I keep saying this, but 12 to 72 hours after they come into your system, they're going to get a cash offer, and we'll throw it in here. But what you can do after you've done your comps as the expert in the area, you're going to come in here and you're going to add your listing price and closing costs, because again, we're a comparison platform. And so as you come over here, this is a completed situation here where we have list on the market for 910,000, closing costs 7%, cash offer 725 with closing costs 3.5. Or cash plus offer 904 with 13% closing costs. And this is where you come in and say, all right, you know, this is about the same amount as list on the market, but the closing costs are a little high. It's quicker, it's more convenient. So do you want to take this? Or I can get you a higher amount and it'll take a little bit more, but you'll come out with a little bit more money. You guys become the advisors, and your clients are super happy because they get options. So another cool thing that's really awesome, you don't always have to rely on the client going to your website and typing everything in. So let's say you're working with expired listings, or you're working with FSBOs, probates. You have an address, you want to sell their house, and you know you can do it. What you can do is you come in here and throw in an address, and watch how fast, boom, it spits out the details. Here we have an estimated property value. Now, our cash plus offers are full market offers. So our full market offers are going to be right at the same amount as estimated property value. So you can actually take this amount, and Elliot, he on one of his coaching calls, he was sharing this strategy where you take an expired listing and you print it out, you circle expired, and then you throw on a little post-it note. I have a cash offer for your home. Call me. You know, this person wanted to sell their house. They weren't able to. And now you're bringing a solution directly to them. And you have a number associated with it. It's a great way to have an intelligent starting point to the conversation. And as you get to know them, then if they, then you can convert them to your listing. So it's super powerful to be able to do that. Now you can also come in here and actually throw in real information or kind of dummy information, put in a fake email or phone number. I usually use, if you look right here, 480-555, that's kind of the fake emails. And the reason you would do that is because when you hit register, this will create a real lead that will come in here, and then we'll actually spit out real offers for you that you can take to them if you haven't met them yet. Say, hey, I have an offer, and all it would take is for you to kind of scrape through the public data to find some images and upload them yourself. So you can do it yourself, which is very, very powerful we had an agent call us up and say, I did this 15 times, dropped it by, and I was able to get one listing. So it's kind of a simple strategy, but it's really powerful and really cool when you're able to take advantage of it. And the cool thing is we allow you to do it so quickly and efficiently here at Zoodealio that you can move really quickly. So as you can see with this dashboard, it's a huge conversion tool, and you're preying on the people who have that immense curiosity to learn about cash offers. But what we've also done is we want to help bring people into your websites, bring people into your network. And here at Zoodealio, we don't actually run campaigns, so we don't actually do the whole running of the online ads and everything. But what we do is we give you all the material that you'll need to put a full-fledged campaign to hit people 11 times, which is the average to really get noticed and to convert them over. So let me show you some of this. We have a social media market library here that basically pumps out 10 to 15 per month, geared towards what's happening that month, right? St. Patrick's Day. Hey, get a cash plus offer. Be lucky. Find your gold pot. Get a cash offer today. So you can kind of click into this. You can take these. This is all done in Canva. So if you're familiar with Canva, these are white labeled, but you can go in and add some of your own information, copy the text here. Scrolling down, we had the Super Bowl last month. So what do? Design a football ad. Rihanna played at halftime, so we threw this in there. These are all things you can jump in. You can throw it your marketing into social media. Then if you send out mailers like this that we have, get an instant cash offer. You put a QR code. Imagine you're at home, you get a postcard, get a cash offer. There's a QR code. We all know now. We just take our phone, we scan it, and boom, your landing page website comes up that says get a cash offer. Type in your address, boom, they just gave you the lead, and you've gone onto their website, which then has a Facebook pixel, right? And so now it starts sending you ads like this that you're running anytime you go to social media. So we've give you the pieces to mount a really good attack and to really market to them. We also have a video library that explains our cash offers in a quick and simple way. You can send these to people, right? They can also download them right here. So you guys can download them, put them on your website or in your YouTube and use them however you want. We also have script program explainers so that you have the vocabulary to be able to explain all of these tools that we give you here at Zoodealio. And then we have campaigns like this email marketing campaign, which was tested on 20,000 contacts, has a roughly 25% open rate and approximately 20% engagement rate. So this is 12 emails. They're all constructed. All you have to do is copy and paste. We tell you what to say it, when to send you the emails, and you can just hook right into them and use them immediately. So with all these components combined, now you're going to start bringing in leads into your website. And it's really powerful that way. Let's see, okay. So the last part of this that I wanted to show you is we have a training, we have a coaching call Monday and Wednesday. Elliot, who's on the call here, he does one I believe it's Wednesday. Kayla does them on Mondays. And so there is over 100 hours of videos to watch and training where you can learn not only how to use Zoodealio with new strategies, but what's happening in the market and kind of different things to think about that can kind of spur different thoughts for you guys to do more business. So there's over 100 hours of videos currently recorded, but every Monday and Wednesday you can join the live call, ask questions, and be a part of that. So it's super helpful for a little bit less experienced agents and people who are very experienced but want to know how to use Zoodealio to really up their game and to really like explode during this next 12 months. And then lastly, we have tutorials and a Facebook group you can join to talk amongst other people who have Zoodealio to ask how those kind of things work. And then support line, and we're here for you. When you get a deal and someone wants to take it, you can call us up and we'll walk you through the whole process. So yeah, and we have a chat as well. So we are here for you to take you through this and to help you get started and to help you really do more deals. And so I just want you guys to kind of think, if you were to implement some of these strategies and use, having the speed and efficiency of Zoodealio and those cash offers, how many more deals could you do over the next 12 years? I signed up 2 people 2 weeks ago, separate people. It's just funny how it lined up. They both had a cash offer accepted and within 2 weeks. And so that's an immediate ROI that basically pays for, it's about a 10x return and lines their pockets with even more money. And so we're just extremely confident. We see this all the time. Lastly, to finish it off, I wanted to show you this. So we've given, it's kind of a lot, maybe a little bit overwhelming. Feel free to reach out to me. I can give you a private demo and explain more. But the most important thing to do is to think about, what are you doing right now? What are the strategies you're doing right now? And start there. And you can build success. If all you're getting is word of mouth referrals, you take those word of mouth referrals, you throw them through this cash offer network, they're going to see this menu of offers and they're going to know someone else. Even if they want to list with you, they're going to know someone else in the next 6 to 12 months that is selling their house, that's in a jam, and they're going to think of your cash offers and they're going to give you the referral because you have all these extra tools. And so whether or not you try, you're going to do at least one extra deal. And this is an example. We had someone send us over an Instagram thing where, she wasn't even looking to use us in this moment. It just happened, and she was able to benefit from it.
10 days ago, one of my listing that had been under contract for 60 days terminated 45 minutes before closing. Guys, that was devastating. To no fault of my seller, it was terminated. And I was speechless. I was devastated. And so was my client. But I tell you what, today I'm going to express my gratitude for a company called Zoodealio. Check them out. They found a cash buyer for me and went under contract for more than the previous contract the next day. And we closed in 10 days. I tell you what, had it not been for Zoodealio, my client, my seller would have lost everything. I am so grateful, Elliot. I'm so grateful for you and your team at Zoodealio for coming through for us quickly and with integrity. And
so yeah, to close it, that's kind of how it is. There's tons of strategies you can deploy to bring in tons more leads and do 5, 10, 15, 20 extra deals this year. But even if you have it, and it's something that every agent needs in their back pocket to be able to whip out and be able to provide that cash offer quickly and efficiently for whenever someone asks for it. So yeah, that kind of concludes the full demo, and we can probably go into some Q&A.
What I want to do is, if Tim's still here, let me go back up to full panel view. Hang on one second. Where am I? Standard side-by-side gallery. Here we go. So Tim, are you still here? Tim Luke? Oh, there he is.
Yes, I'm still here.
So what I want to do, guys, is I like the Zoodealio platform just the way it is. I mean, it's not for everybody. It is a great way to get some bacon on your table, so to speak. The way our team's structured, it's education based. We teach you how to generate your own leads and build your business the long-term way. But when markets are shifting, and if you think about the way the market is today, volume is way down. I mean, just talk any title company, any lender, they'll tell you applications are down 50% in both cases. So in any case, what I'm getting at is this is another opportunity for you to bring in some business. It's not that costly when you see what you get, but what I want you to think about is what Tim Luke's doing and how he's incorporating Zoodealio into that approach. And it's going to make it a lot even more affordable for you. So James Elliott, would you mind if we get in like a conversation with Tim? I think he's already spoken with you guys about what he's doing. Is that okay? And it'll help.
Yeah, of course, please.
Yeah. So Tim, go ahead and if you want to, I know you're not ready yet to do the full-blown presentation, but just to further explain to people why this is important and how it's part of a bigger picture.
Okay, so a couple of years ago, I did a case study. When I got my license back, the company I was with, just a small company, and we were using realtor.com buyer leads, and we were spending tons and tons of money on those, and they were mediocre at best. And that's right when the market was changing to where in my market properties were starting to appreciate 5% a quarter, and it was just insane. I'd never seen anything even close to what the market was doing. And so I knew that and then also I knew that the real estate market is under siege. It was about to undergo a lot of sea changes, and it's being disrupted by what we all know now as the iBuyers, right? The open doors, and just like Elliot was talking about that they came up against. And so I knew the traditional model was a dinosaur, and I had to figure out, a way to figure out what's coming and how to take advantage of it. So I hired a marketing company to provide me with motivated sellers, and I got a group of local investors to offer cash. So these motivated sellers were looking for cash. I had investors. Basically, I had kind of a makeshift platform like Zoodealio has here. So these motivated sellers would come in, they're looking for cash for one reason or other. They have to sell, they're moving, they're getting a divorce, whatever the reason. They're looking to get out quick. So I had about 100 of these leads come in. We closed about 12 deals. I never even had to go look at a property. And I got one listing out of them, and I could have probably gotten 5 or 10, but I don't like listing. I don't like showing properties. So I had to figure out a way that works for me, that suits my personality. So that really worked for me. And make a long story short, when I saw Zoodealio, they really have the infrastructure on the investor side, and I've over the years put together all kinds of resources and other resources and databases and other platforms to where I can really take that Zoodealio platform and really supercharge it with wholesalers, with motivated sellers, and we can. So I've geared this program that I'm developing to investors, so that you as agents can concentrate on closing deals while we throw them in your lap. So that's basically a overview, nutshell, in a nutshell. Yeah.
Well, and I have a question for you, Tim. So I know, because I know there's some of the things that we have here, and again, there are a platform or two that's come up. I mean, most of them don't provide the instant offer range like you get instantly with us. We know the data. We know how much we poured into this. But like, so for example, your EXP, you have access to express offers. You have access to certain things. Honestly, one of our largest user base is actually EXP agents. And it's because agents at that, they understand the power of the cash offer. But why is it that you like Zoodealio so much more than express offers as an example?
Well, I actually joined EXP because I was attracted to express offers. And the very first thing I did when I joined EXP was got express offers certified. But along the way, I found out that one, they don't take wholesale deals. And two, it's a clunky system that is full of problems from what I can tell. I've never submitted one because I knew that I could do it better on my own if I just had the buyers. And I've collected tens of thousands of buyers. I have available tens of thousands of buyers, iBuyers, you name it, fix and flippers, cash buyers, all over the country. But I didn't have the platform that Zoodealio does to plug those buyers into. And with Zoodealio, I can take all of the other resources that and all of the other platforms that I've come across over the years, putting this idea together. And Zoodealio really has the platform to plug all of that other stuff into and really supercharge this whole space of the cash offer and the cash offer hook. And people, a lot of people don't like real estate agents. A lot of people don't want people tromping through their house. A lot of people, just want a quick solution. And so what this really is the ability to solve people's problems and give them multiple options that we can, that best meets their needs and solve it.
Absolutely. And being able to, one of the biggest things that you said there that I think is very important for this forum to know is you can actually add yourself as a buyer inside of the system. And then you get access to, obviously the data. You can set up your buy box parameters, your price points, your sizes, population density, right? A lot of the algorithms that we have, you have access to. The other thing that I do want to highlight real quick that James talked about is our real value. That's actually our pioneering AVM that we have built. It's pretty darn good. It's pretty spot on. I mean, obviously, like any AVM, you have to constantly tune it, watch it, everything. So the Cash Plus is the Sell Now, Move Later. The Cash Plus are the two pioneering offers that you get inside of Zoodealio. I do also want to, because I saw that question come out a little bit earlier. The cash buyers that are in there, that's hedge funds, REITs, or mainly the cash horsepower on that. Now, those offers a year ago this time, they were ultra competitive. Right now, we know in the softening market, they're much more conservative. And that's where they're going to buy and hold the property indefinitely. Now, what I want you guys to know is you're always going to be paid a commission, right? So in the event that one of the cash buyers gets accepted, or it's a cash plus where the house is going to be purchased in cash, and then we hire you to list and resell that property. What really drives that cash plus, because I want to take just a 30-second view and share with everybody on it, because this is one of just, to me, the compelling value propositions that we bring, is it is a cash offer at full market value. What it is and how we're able to bring that deliver the cash offer at full market value is we have what's called a holdback, which is a security instrument where we're going to hold back a portion of that homeowner's equity to ensure that when you list and sell that house, it's going to sell for that amount or higher. Now, one of the really game changer pieces of this, of why agents that are savvy agents like you are able to crush it with this, is because in the event that the house needs some basic TLC, new carpet, paint, updating of the kitchen, etc., right? The buyer will come in, make all of those improvements. Of course, the cost of those repairs come from the holdback, but here's the game changer. In the event that brings more equity or more value to the property, all of that upside is the benefit of that homeowner. And those of you that are wholesalers in this, we can actually structure it so you get the benefit. It's all about what you have it wrapped up for on that contract. As soon as that performance is hit from that contract, they're cashed out. You're the one that would get the upside. And so I know that's what Tim loves about the angle that we've been able to bring to the forefront here on that. So I figured I would just kind of.
I don't think that you guys are thinking about the fact that you guys are charging for this. And I hear you really trying to show me the value. But personally, as a new agent, I'm not seeing the value in it because I already have express offers, clunky or not. I'm also hearing that people don't take the cash offer most often. So what's the difference if it's clunky or not? If you get the listing and you guys, I get you need to get your money, but you're like, I'm a brand new agent. I already pay for MLS. I already pay for my EXP fees. I already pay for everything else that I have to pay for to be a real estate agent. And this, to me, it's like another cost out of my pocket that isn't gonna get me anywhere
DJ, this
currently.
is not a requirement. DJ, this is not a requirement. Like I said, it's not for everybody. But there are people.
No, I know. I just want to know.
Let me finish.
I'm trying to find the value in
Let me
it.
finish. Okay. There are people on this group tonight that want to do this. I understand that you don't want to, but
I'm
that's
not saying
okay.
I don't want to. That's the
Yeah,
thing is that
you're not
I'm trying to
required
see
to
the
do either.
value in it.
Let me, Gary, if I may, let me take a stab at that because I totally understand where you're coming from. And it's DJ, right?
Correct.
Okay. So I totally understand where you're coming from. I totally know the pain of, you know, how expensive it is to get up and running. For us, this is flat out about an ROI game, right? That's why we have created actually what we have some, you know, success guarantees and stuff like that we have in this. So part of what makes this so different is the proven workflows, is the access to the private capital, is the access. Again, I do go back to the technology because today's consumer, like, let me give you an example like this. How much less successful would Amazon be if every time you went to Amazon, it couldn't find what you were looking for, or it gave you one thing and then the next time it didn't deliver it correctly, right? Well, is simply put, what I'm getting at is technology creates consumer confidence in today's times. And that's where this being branded solely around you, where you can create QR codes, you can create marketing campaigns, you can create all of these individual landing pages, right? So personally for me, one of the things I live and built my business to pretty high heights at one point in time was riches are in the niches. And so when I can take our widget and I can focus on getting divorced sucks, get a cash offer. House didn't sell the first time, get a cash offer. When I can focus on FSBOs and all of these different strategies, and I have my widget that they instantly are able to request a cash offer, and I could give them real-time value cash offers, that is a compelling value proposition for me to enter myself into that conversation so that I can win over that business. And the beauty of it is versus an express offers versus a Zavvy as an example, where they have maybe an option. This is a nice side-by-side comparison where I can talk about cash offer option A, B, or C. And when you go through the strategies that we teach you, where I would say, hey, for example, if as I'm going through the discovery process, I'm going to find out what they want to walk away with and put in their pocket. And let's say that cash offer isn't able to get them to where they want to be. I have conversations with them like this. Hey, here's these menu of cash offer options. So now I've led with my cash offer. I'm in integrity, right? I've fulfilled my order. Now I'm going to pivot by me being fiduciary and have conversations like this. Say, hey, DJ, will this cash offer work for you and your family? You know, even though you have the ultimate certainty and convenience. No. Hey, well, I thought that might be the case. So what I did is I went ahead and wanted to make sure that I was operating in yours and your family's best interest. So if I could show you a way that I'm going to get you that $50,000 more, and I'm going to do it in as little as 60 days, is that something that would make sense for you and your family? Boom. They say yes. Boom. And here's the beauty of why we're so confident and why we're able to pour in the way that we are, is because it literally takes one deal conversion through our system and you almost make a tenfold return on your investment, right? That is the reality of it. And so as Gary said, This isn't for everybody. But what this is for is the agents that are looking for the sharpest knife in the drawer, agents that are looking to take their business to that next level.
So with
this
it,
is Kay, and I
you
have a
get
question.
an instant cash offer like that minute. As soon as you submit it, you get your cash offer right then.
You get an instant cash offer range, right? Which is says it's going to be between so you get the AVM like he saw before, which is, hey, based on the photos and available data, here looks like what's available for your particular property. And as your property is being reviewed, it's going to be between X and Y. That instantly is given to your client. And within 24 business hours, that offer goes from that range to instant. Now, I will tell you, we are after building that instant because we run the AVM. It is our data. It's the ones that we underwrite it for the capital providers and all of those other things. It is the goal of the system to have it be that instant offer because of what you're talking about. So
they get an offer within 24 hours though.
correct. Yep. They instantly get an offer range. And they get an offer, a solidified offer within that time frame. And here's the beauty of it, as James said, you actually have access to 3 different departments. You have an agent success department, a technology department, and then the property analyst. So in the event that you want to discuss an offer, let's say, I have an offer that somebody's on the fence of taking, hey, I need to get them $5,000 more. Can you go to bat and make it happen? Right? You have that. But then also, if you have somebody like you said there, where you need to instantly, hey, I got a listing appointment in an hour. They told me, I just talked to them. Can you get this this offer underwritten and solidified for me in an hour? Yeah, we usually are able to assist you in that. So that's the beauty of another piece of what we bring is the technology, but also the human element. This isn't, yes, this is a tool, but I believe what we've built here is an ecosystem. So
I can say I'm starting to see the value more now. I just have a lot of questions. It takes me a little bit to get there. And I'm sure I'm not a unicorn. I'm sure there's other
I'm
people
sure you're
out
not,
there
which is exactly why I wanted to be that diligent.
who are the same. So thank you very much for answering my question. Sorry if it was an inconvenience to anybody else.
Oh. No worries at all. So again, thank you for that. And I totally agree with you. I'm sure you're not the only one that had those questions. So I appreciate you bringing them to the forefront.
One thing you didn't cover.
Elliot, this is Bonetta. I'm sorry. You said there were 3 support departments. I heard
Correct.
analyst, analysis, analyst.
Yeah, let me go over it again. Yep. So so our goal is, keep in mind, this is a product that's been built by agents for agents. Right. Okay. So we have 3 departments for you. Number 1 is business success, right? So the implementation, how do I make money with this? How do I build these campaigns? How do I have success? And again, like I said, how do I make money with this? That's what this is. This is a money-making game. Next one is tech support. So in the event that you want to replace the URL, general tech support, making sure that everything is just operating smoothly with your technology, you have a whole tech support department. Then the third one is the property analyst. And that's where the offers, when the offers that are returned to you in the event that an offer doesn't make sense, you want to discuss something, whatever goes on with the offers, you have an entire department there that's at your fingertips.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Tim, I know you were saying something.
I have a question. Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say something we haven't touched on that this system provides is if you have a seller and they own a house now, but they want to sell it and buy another house, as long as they qualify for a mortgage, you can input them into the system as a cash buyer. The buyers will buy their house at an agreed upon price so that the seller can make an offer without
contingent
kind of contingency with a kick-out clause. That's another advantage to this system that we didn't touch on.
Exactly. You just did it for me, Tim. That's 100% correct, right? When you can get somebody an instant cash offer, it removes that contingency. And those of you on that are on here, because this is changed in our times, but we do have in certain markets, We do, and I can get everybody the list on this, but we actually have the ability to turn a buyer's offer to cash as well, right? So in the event that you're working with a buyer, you can actually turn that offer to cash as well, right? So if again, if that's something that kind of fits your eye, I can get you guys the list of the states that that's available in. That is something that will come back. Massive fold. That was just when the economic downturn happened. A lot of my one of our main financial partners pulled out of a lot of the markets where we were able to deploy that. So it will come back.
Is it
though.
available in Texas?
It is available in Texas.
Okay, I have a question. So you get a house, you get a cash offer. Your cash offer buys the house and then it needs to be fixed up. Do they find the contractors and get it fixed up, or do you get involved in that as a realtor?
So either or. So in the event that you want to have, because there's many of our agent partners who say, hey, I want to use my painter. I got a good general GC. Absolutely. If you want to refer them, you can. In the event that you want to be hands off, we'll handle it that way too. But just as an FYI, there may be times, because again, for us, it's, time is obviously money with all of these things. So we want to turn them as quick as we possibly can. So in the event that it's just a general paint person and maybe our person's backed up, we may reach out and say, hey, do you have somebody that you could refer us? Now we facilitate it by paying it, handling all the accounting, the work, the check, all that type of stuff. But I just tell you that, again, this is how we have built this is we see this genuinely as a partnership, right? As, where we want to work with you every step of the way so that this is ultimately helping you elevate your presence in the marketplace.
So it's not expected that we would get involved in that, but we
It's
can
zero
be involved
expected.
if it's helpful and can move back. Okay, thank you.
Go ahead, Anna. Ask your question.
Hi, thank you so much for the presentation. I did have a question on the last remark that you made. You had mentioned something very interesting. So essentially, a homeowner who has a property they're interested in selling could turn around depending on their financing situation and be considered as a cash buyer on the same platform. Did I understand that correctly?
You are correct. What market are you in?
Texas.
You can do it in Texas. So we will literally buy the house in cash on your borrower's behalf. What we do is we get them fully approved for the amount of the mortgage that they're going to be getting. It's not just, under pre-approved, right? They are full on underwritten, approved. We'll buy that house on behalf of them so that they can negotiate the very best deal, negotiate specialized terms, right? All the powers of cash bring, like one of my biggest things that we see on that is people negotiating seller closing costs right now, and then they're buying down the rate, right? Negotiate 5%. Closing cost assistance, take 3.5%, buy down that rate, 0.5%, 0.75%. And now they're changing the payment hundreds of dollars a month and actually changing what the actual purchase, the shopping price for that person, because everything's based on the, debt to income ratio. And if we can lower their monthly obligation by a few $100s, you're actually elevating their purchasing power. So you are dead right. It is a really cool value proposition. And when you couple that with the cash purchase of their existing house, it's pretty stellar.
And so
I have a question. I'm sorry, Anna.
Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm just about to finish up on the same thought, Kay. I'm sorry. So the seller in that case would have to go through the underwriting process with your in-house lender. Is that correct?
Correct. We do. That was part of the shifts in this because I'm way more limited on that than we once were. So part of what that is, when we're dealing with buying the house in cash for somebody, so they don't do that. There was a couple of approved lenders that we had in that. So in Texas, and in the majority of the states that we work in, the biggest one is a company called Wallach and Volk. And so just so everybody knows, Texas, California, Arizona, Florida, New Mexico, we can even do, right? I can get, like I said, there's about 20 markets that they operate in. And everything is, normal pricing, prime. It's not like there's a interest rate hit or anything like that. There is a cost to it, and it's 1.5% of the purchase price. But other than that, outside of that, it's everything else works just like a normal loan.
Now, would they be able to undergo this approval process before they decide to embark on this journey, or is there a fee
100%.
to start
No-
the process? Okay.
No fee. Everything that is the beauty of what we have created here. Everything. You can figure out, see all the details, get everything with zero cost out of pocket. You can get a cash offer on your house, see all of the cash, the cost, everything, get the close date, with seeing all the terms, everything up front. And the same thing with that buy side as well.
And
Last
they're under no
question,
obligation.
So
Sorry,
Elliot,
excuse me.
so I looked at the site a little earlier with Tim.
Yeah.
And I noticed that you had, besides buyers on there, you had users, clients, and then cash buyers. And I get the cash buyers, it would be just what she's just talking about. And I had somebody that could have
So
used that. last year, but
users is a
users-
general, yep.
Who is that?
Users is a general term, which is, so meaning like you're, and I think Tim, we upgraded Tim's account. So Tim has so those of you on here, and thank you for bringing that up because this is very valid. So those of you that own a brokerage, own a team, whatever else, to me, this is a beautiful thing that we had built. What this is we have a hierarchy system to where you can have main admin, then you can have team owners and then agents underneath those people. Every single one of those accounts can create clients, which is the homeowner. So what you're looking at when you see users, managers, and agents, those are different levels of access, right? So you have the site admin, which is the highest level, or the broker admin, which is the highest level. Then you have a manager, which would be a team owner that they would be able to add on underneath them. And then that team owner can add agents underneath them. So those of you that are looking to recruit a team underneath you, you may want to consider one of those options, because you can actually recruit a team and then they can now have an agent on underneath them as well. And it would all be underneath your charter. And here's the seed I want everybody to be thinking about on this. Here's the beauty of that. When you get a high producing team or agent underneath you and you recruit them underneath you, and you take some of the strategies that you guys would learn around the marketing database, you're now effectively really tapping into their database, because they're going to be on underneath you and you're going to start seeing everything that they're doing all underneath that charter. So it's a really cool opportunity. And again, to be able to recruit to hey, I'm going to give you your own private technology that gives you instant cash offers, that connects you to $10 billion of instant home selling solutions. It's a pretty cool way to start a recruiting conversation.
I have a client that is trying to sell. He'd love a cash offer. And if he gets a cash offer, and he wants to, to close, and it takes time to close. I'm sorry. My phone always goes off at the worst times. Can they finance him buying a new house while he's in transition under that sell it and
the sell now move later, or the cash plus? So yes, they actually do work together. And here's the beauty of it: we would structure the acquisition of the new of the purchase price right before the purchase of the new property. Then we usually will do like a 2-3 day lease back. And that way we remove the debt to income ratio, the debt load, and then we place as new financing. And it's another way. So in all technicality, we do call that our trade-in. And what it is it's both of the programs working together. And here's the cool thing about it: they don't have to double move. They don't have to go get an Airbnb. They don't have to put their stuff in a pod, right? We work with them to make sure that process is very streamlined. Now that's another huge value add that you guys can bring to the forefront. And that is, again, no double move.
he sells for cash and he buys for cash. And it's okay. And you do that.
Yep.
Thank you.
So
Chris,
Ellie,
I
how soon
know-
can they close? I'm sorry.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I got
how
you.
soon-
Okay. Yeah, I had I'm ready to sign up. So what do we got to do?
Yeah, I love it. So James, I'm gonna let you hit that real quick and go over that piece of it.
But I got a quick question before you do that. I want to know how soon somebody can close after they get a cash offer.
We can close as fast as 21 days. We can actually, in all honesty, I mean, I can push it. I can push our guys to go a little bit faster, pretty hard, more than 14 days. Cause do know this, we do a full blown inspection. We do a full blown analysis. You know, again, these are big boy buyers, right? This isn't the first time to the rodeo. You know, again, like for example, the program that runs the Cash Plus, yes, we underwrite it with them. We have to do a cash call on it, and it's a $400 million fund that's in there. But they cross their T's and dot their I's, every single one.
Hey, guys, keep in mind too, remember what we said in the beginning, Tim is already working with James and Elliot on a combined team platform. Okay. I don't know exactly what it is, but I know Tim's been working on it. I think it's like an enterprise level thing. That you guys, it's meant for you to serve you on the team as a whole. You know, you can certainly sign up individually, but you know, let's see what that's going to look like, you know, what Tim's working on.
Yeah, Tim, if you want to speak to that too, Tim, too, because again, we want to be here to serve and support you and your guys' community as a whole. So again, if you guys want to do, so I can tell you right now, if you guys want to do something individual, you know, obviously that gives you some individuality when it comes to logos, addresses, you know, those types of things, but also underneath Tim, the account that he has, each one of those seats that are underneath him, you can customize that as well. So I don't know if you want to speak to that, Tim.
Sure. Basically, you're going to have three options. One, you can go straight direct to Zoodealio. Two, we'll have a enterprise multi-user system available from Zoodealio that Elliot just said that you can customize sub accounts right underneath us for your brand. And on top of what they're providing, we're providing several other information and data from several other platforms, and we're actually doing your marketing for you. And so you got three options. One, to go with Zoodealio. Two, you can do get a Zoodealio platform from our team, from Gary's team, at a discount. Or three, you can join our platform, our group. I guess I don't have it exactly ready yet, but it's real close. So that's going to be a whole system that you pay X amount of dollars a month, plus it's a referral system. So we're going to feed you the marketing. We're going to drop buyers and sellers into your lap. All you have to do is, we want you to be concentrating on closing deals while we drop the deals into your lap through this platform, and then pay us a referral for the business. So
okay, so when will it be ready? Because I'll definitely sign up with the group.
I'd like to see the numbers on it.
Yeah, well, we're beta testing it right now. We're just getting started beta testing it. Gary's got me down for the 24th of April, when we should have the whole platform and everything available for you.
Okay. Okay.
So basically, we've taken and combined various platforms utilizing their individual capabilities and created a comprehensive next level real estate system that's cutting edge, that should cut right through the competition, allow you to compete with the iBuyers, and really limit your activities to closing deals instead of the traditional real estate agent is looking for leads and then qualifying leads and then doing all of this transaction coordination and all this. And then by the time you get a deal and you get busy doing all that, you've stopped you stopped bringing in leads. So what we're going to do for you is drop all the leads in your lap so you can just concentrate on closing deals. And we'll do the rest.
Hey,
Right?
I do, I want to make sure that I'm clear on this because I'm just looking at a couple of things in the chat. So like Chris Wilson, when you had said, hey, in Kansas. So when James put the list of the cash buyer program, what he's talking about when he says that is the actual cash buy, right? Meaning you turn your buyer, you turning your buyer's offer to cash. We are able to supply cash offers in 45 states. Right. So to be clear, so the only states that we cannot supply cash offers in, I mean, one of them is technically I can, it's just very litigious. So we don't overly usually deal there with it that much. But just to be clear, it's Alaska, Hawaii, New York, Vermont, and West Virginia. Okay. So so just for clarity, if you're not in one of those states, I can give you a cash offer. There's one governing dynamic that I want everybody to know is anytime that the population density goes less than 300 per square mile, which usually means it's pretty rural, it's tougher to return a cash offer. Okay, so just an FYI, that's the one thing on that. Now, in the event that go ahead.
What were those 5 states?
Alaska, Hawaii, New York, Vermont, and West Virginia.
The only state, guys, that's affected here for us is New York. We have agents in 36 states. And the states were just mentioned, only New York is where we have agents.
And honestly, I can do New York. It's New York's just, it's super litigious. It's in.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't blame you. Yeah. I'm not knocking New York, but.
Can we get some training while we wait for April 24th?
Sure. Yeah.
So one of the things too that I can extend to the group in this, we, as you guys could tell, we're pretty modeled. We obviously have been down a few roads in this. So we've created an onboarding system that we call outside of my, support staff and all that I had mentioned. I usually will oversee it, or James, but it's a model that we call our 3 A's: awareness, absorption, adoption, right? And it's really just a mindset of where we want to make sure that you're aware of what's at your fingertips so that you can absorb what's going on, what is it, how does it work, how do I do this, and then adopt. It's simply a strategy of changing your mindset to not being a listing appointment and really more of a selling appointment, right? It's or being able to lead with these different digital platform options so that you can really ultimately, so you can dominate. Just like DJ was talking about, hey, what's the ROI? And that's why I welcomed her objections, quite frankly, so much, because to me, that is what this is about. This is a rubber to the road. Let's convert and get massive return on my investment.
You open to talking to us if we have a potential deal?
Of course. We're deal makers, not deal breakers.
Just checking.
So do I send you an email, Tim, or anybody for some training while I'm waiting till April 24th?
Yeah, you can send me your email and I'll get you whatever you need.
Okay.
You put it in the chat, please.
All right, so I got a quick question. So did I understand you correctly that the majority of the buyers that you have are institutional? Is that correct?
Correct. Everybody we work with is pretty big boy, other than so like our private, what runs the Cash Plus and the Sell Now Move Later, that is a private fund that, I mean, it's debt line, sourced, it is institutional money. And it's a $400 million fund that ultimately is that. When I say the institutions, when you're talking about that, just being clear what I'm talking about is we do work with a lot of the major hedge funds, right? The Sullivans, the Progress, Mind, right? A lot of the big boys that are taking down, 1,000+ houses a year.
Okay, so that's the core buyer. That's actually an interesting pitch, because I think most sellers out there, they would never think that their home would be in that that class. I had another question too. Can you, and this is all really new, I think, to me and a lot of us, but is there a way to see, and if they're institutional, they wouldn't fit in here. I'm answering my own question, but is there a way to like reverse prospect to see, you know, how many buyers are within a certain price point?
Yeah, absolutely. So, and not only that, know this, that pretty much if we're able to return you an offer, which is going to be that population density that I was talking about before, I'm going to be able to get you usually through 3 cash offers in that, right? Just because that's how we've been able to set up the private capital inside of this. I can get you a cash offer. It may be a little bit on the conservative side right now. I'm going to make you a market value cash offer on the cash plus. And the sell now, move later is also going to be pretty darn competitive, right? So, and I know we kind of hit on that one quickly before, so let me just kind of put a bow on that one. The sell now, move later is a really cool offer because it's works just like the cash plus that I explained, other than they can lease back the house on a month-to-month basis for up to a year. So, like in a divorce, in a probate, in a new build situation, that is a prime opportunity to create a deal.
Great, thanks.
Yep. And then also James just put in there, anybody that's looking for a private demo, feel free to click on that Calendly and schedule that. And James will give you a live private demo as well. Great question though, Jeff.
Okay, you guys excited?
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I probably didn't do a good enough job prefacing this in the beginning, but it's not just Zoodealio. I mean, what Tim brings to the table, very complementary, and makes both of these far more compelling when they work together, you know? So.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so let's, Tim, some of you are already working with Tim. As I've had one-on-ones and we have conversations and I sense an opportunity, I've asked you to reach out to Tim. So it's probably half dozen of you. I would say, so Tim, I would say Chris would probably be an ideal beta tester because where he is, he's in the Atlanta area.
Beautiful. Started, Chris.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
When are we gonna know how much it's gonna cost?
Well, like I said, there's going to be 3 options. One, you can go with Zoodealio. Their single platform, I think, is what, Elliot, $129 a month.
$129 a month. And yeah, for anytime we do a live demo like this, we'll give you a 15% discount.
If I'm going to offer it at a discounted price for our team, and that'd be $65 monthly or $600 annually to be on our multi-user platform. Or we're thinking off the bat, once we have everything together here and we've tested it and make sure that it meets our expectations, the cost is going to run about $1,000 a month plus referral fees.
But that's when you're doing marketing and all that for them,
Yeah,
right?
we'll be doing the marketing.
So
and everything
yeah,
for it,
pretty cool offer.
Right. Yeah. And guys, this is another example where if you really think about the platform that we have, the way the team's designed, it's designed to help create opportunities like this. So for people like Tim and Gina and Rob Lane, I mean, there's a number of examples on the team. Even people have developed things and have moved on. I mean, Bobby Appleby is the first guy that did exactly what he was supposed to do on the team, which was fully leverage it and leverage a network. Went gangbusters working with investors who focused on multifamily. And one of those groups was a massive fund that were buying 300 or 400 unit apartment buildings monthly. And I hired him to be their point guy. I mean, that's exactly what this was about. So in other words, don't just learn academically what we're teaching. Learn from examples like what Tim's doing. He's fully embracing the intent of the platform, which is to help you build your model. you know?
Well, and if I can weigh in, right, this is where, again, it's such a game changer for us. And this is, so Desiree or DJ, I really mean this honestly to you and even newer agents, right? Because honestly, like I've coached, I've led agents in a lot of ways. Like I think I had said in the beginning, even though I'm, the ripe old age of 43, and I've been in the game since I was 26, actually 17 years. And I totally understand where you're coming from, right? And this is all about learning how to lead with revenue, right? How do we prospect? How do I take a percentage of that prospecting money so that I can lead with that cash offer hook because I'm bringing the conversations to the sellers? Then how do I amplify that into marketing? Then how do I keep doing those two things and I amplify it into advertising? And then I'm just creating this massive sales funnel, right? Whether it's, all of these different lead sources. And I'm doing, one of the things you'll hear me coach about all the time in our live environments is building those awesome sales funnels, right? The top of the funnel is building awareness and building interest. Then I show the features, the benefits with a good, clear call to action. If I can do that with a proper lead flow, literally my success is nothing more than a mathematical equation. It's all, and then from there, it's how do I get more awareness? How do I create better features? How do I create better benefit? And it's constant refine, right? So then it's just a path, and my path keeps getting bigger, and bigger. And my business goes up, and up the more I refine, right? And that's where we get away from 5 deals or just 10 deals or just 20 deals. Hell with all that, right? There's thousands of deals that happen in your marketplace. There's no reason why you can't go out and get your unfair share if you're diligent and constantly going to be the student of that game. And then to me, again, as you can tell, I'm an entrepreneur at my core, and that's exactly how I talk, act, and think is let's make it bigger and better and faster.
So DJ, we also have another program working with, and I think we talked about this, working with contractors, and we have a consumer finance program that allows contractors to offer financing to their customers. And so what we're going to be doing is contacting contractors, finding out if they're interested in offering financing to their customers. And if they are, they're most likely going to be interested in fixing and flipping houses. They're maybe buy and hold. They want to build wealth too. And I used to be a contractor, and I can't tell you, I'd have given anything to not be a contractor and be a real estate investor, instead. So this consumer financing allows another hook to give to contractors to get them interested in helping them develop multiple streams of income to increase their revenues through the use of consumer funding, and to turn those into investors who will also be, hopefully flipping houses. And then we also have private money that can fund those deals for those investors, where we can make money during that too. And that system doesn't cost anything. Yeah, I can put you on that system at no cost. All you have to do is call contractors and ask them if they're interested in consumer financing or building wealth through real estate. And that won't cost you a dime.
Lead with revenue.
And you'll make money too. Right.
Right. But the reason that I chose not to do that was because I feel like as a real estate agent trying to break into a very difficult market, it's kind of a waste of time for me to spend my day on the phone with contractors when I could be spending my time better searching for my buyers places that they're looking for, or sending letters to people. And that's why I've chosen not to do that right now.
What market are you in, DJ?
Oregon.
You're in Oregon. Yeah, Oregon is definitely
It's like Albany, Salem, sort of north central, right off I-5.
Yeah. So that is a, again, that's a market. Again, they become a cash buyer is something for you to even think about doing too. So if you're working with a lot of buyers, that's a really cool value add. And again, here's how I simply, share that, right? Like, so instead of calling your IDX leads and saying, hey, what did you like about this house? When can I take you out and show a house? Are you ready? Are you pre-qualified? Are you going to pay in cash for the house, right? Whatever those scripts are that you're using on that. This is whereas you're able to lead in a whole different way. Say, hey, I saw that you were checking out the house on 123 Main Street. Hey, have you ever thought about what it would look like to buy your next house in cash? Oh, well, I'm going to be getting a mortgage. Hey, did you know that buying your next house in cash, there's a lot of data right now that actually shows that you can get as much as a 10% discount due to our shifting market? That'd be pretty cool, right? Or you take this particular strategy. Hey, if I could show you a way that you're going to win the house you want and also get you specialized financing and a special interest rate, I assume that would be a compelling value proposition for you and your family, right? Yep. Hey, well, and also while I got you, there's a pretty solid chance that due to the changing times when we buy this house in cash, which I'm going to share with you, you could possibly get a discount on it too. Right. So you see what I'm talking about, where it's just all about being able to lead with a strategy on how this is where, because you got to remember.
I see the value in it. I 100% see the value in it. And if I had the money right now, I'd probably go for the deal, but I don't have the money right this minute. But I mean, it's definitely something that I'm considering for the future. You definitely have showed me the value in it, and I appreciate you taking the time with my rebuttals and my difficulty. And just sticking with it, because I just really needed to see the value, and you definitely brought that to the table for me, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, fair enough, right? And I'll leave you with this, right? Where if sometimes we have to lead with revenue, again, I know sometimes agents, quite frankly, are always looking for that magic bullet. The quickest way to revenue is taking the conversation to sellers. So by finding some of the, expireds, FSBOs, probates, whether you're in a list pendants or a notice of default state, right? Being able to go there and just dig up that conversation, getting the more uncomfortable you get in having those conversations, the more the narrative is going to change for you, and you'll be able to invest into your future versus, hey, this is too expensive and I can't play, right? And I totally understand where you're coming from.
I think at least one sell under my belt, but I'm literally like, when I say I'm new, I'm legit new. Licensed in December, never had a sale. So
okay, that makes sense.
Oh, and to be fair, it is your job to sell the platform. Like, you should be able to handle DJ in any situation at any time, right? It's your company, you know it inside and out. Now, I'm super excited. And by the way, everybody, I did get to talk to Tim earlier, and now I'm really excited. I've already booked my second call with him for tomorrow. So yeah, our team is doing really good things, guys. Gary is leading the way in amazing ways. I've been in real estate about 12 years now, and I feel like I'm getting a fresh leash on things. Excuse me. And anyhow, just great and happy to be here with everybody.
Thanks for that, Trevor. That was kind of you.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Well, let's this has been a great session. I remember I said in the beginning, this is a lively crowd, and when they start asking questions, I'm gonna tell you, but you know what? I wouldn't want any other way, I mean, that's how you learn. That's how you learn, is by asking questions and living in a state of exploration and discovery. That's what I call it,
Well said.
Be curious. Be willing to learn. So, all right, let's do this, guys. Tim's on the team. Absolutely reach out to James and Elliot too. Make sure you have a thorough understanding going forward, because there's so much positive to this, not just production. And right now, again, I'm not trying to scare anybody, but I think I told you I had lunch with a former competitor a couple of weeks back. And my title company was a local title company. His is national. And he said last February he had 3,000 closings. This February he had 600.
Whoa.
We have to be proactive. We can't. This is not a wait and see kind of an atmosphere. This is a wake up every day, step up to the plate and swing. The beautiful thing about our game is you never strike out. In baseball, you get 3 swings. Here, you just keep on swinging. And I know sometimes you got to swing 100 times, but you're going to wake up one day, you're going to get a grand slam home run. It's going to make it all worth it, right? Meet that one client that's going to buy 10 properties from you, 40 properties. But in any case, let's make sure we're strategic here and be organized and structured and take full advantage of this. And the other benefit is agent attraction. Can you imagine talking to another agent about what you're doing? Good Lord.
Huge one.
Yeah, they are
Yep.
not doing this, but I promise you. Yeah.
It's a great recruiting tool. And what you said a couple of weeks ago, Gary, that the economy the way it is, and with these bank failures and stuff, we're in the perfect position right now to take advantage of the economic climate and really make a whole hell of a lot of money with what's coming down the pike.
Well, that's exactly right. The last recession, guys,
Oh,
my business grew sixfold.
that's how I grew it.
We're
How I
in
grew it.
we're in a super position right now to take advantage of what's coming.
Yep, this is exactly right. This is exactly the numbers. I mean, guys, it could be 6 months, could be 6 years. Nobody knows that. A lot of it depends on you and I, the consumers and the citizens, and how we react to these things. And the key is to not panic. The key is to prepare. You
Yep.
know.
Yep.
Here, so this is what it's all
This is
about.
really cool. Really cool what you're doing, Tim. Like with bringing them the leads as well and sending them to our tool, which is going to convert like crazy. So that's super.
Yeah.
This is a really good system you guys have put together.
I'm counting on a lot of your marketing tools for me to use for them to really make this happen. Because we'll be, for everyone on the platform, we'll have however many VAs it takes to keep up with the agent flow, working all of those marketing tools and like I said, to give the agent to be able to focus on closing the deals and not having to go figure out how he's going to get deals, right? And so now we've got all the tools to make that happen, and we've got so much more outside of just your platform. But your platform is key to bringing this all together because it already exists, it's already there, it's already working, and it works well.
Well, and know this, we're building a feature as we speak called Blast. And once they're in the platform, it basically does automated marketing for you. It's going to measure what they engage with, what they click on, and it's going to send them additional information and basically hover over them until they list or accept their offer. And it'll always keep that real value, real cash offer value in front of them. You know, it'll send them updated trends, just like a home bot. Click here to get your updated cash offer. And then every time they click on that, of course, you're notified. So
that sounds beautiful.
It's going to be a game changer. It'll be amazing.
I haven't had a chance really to really dig into the platform. So I'm wondering what do you have by the way of CRMs as far as, you know, keeping track of your pipeline and all that kind of thing?
On our end, and so we integrate with your CRM. We have a contact management system in there, but that's only once they're entered in there, right?
Okay,
So we have follow-up systems. You can integrate your Gmail from emailing in the system and whatnot. But the biggest thing that we do, right, is while you'll take all of our marketing that we have, you take that, deploy that, or put that inside your CRM, press go in that CRM with the CTA back to your Zoodealio site, captures in the Zoodealio site. Now they're working together simultaneously.
Cool, because we're setting up a really comprehensive CRM system.
Love it.
We're going to integrate it with High Level, if you know what that is.
Oh, Go High Level.
Yeah.
I know Go High Level extraordinarily well.
Yep, that's what we're going to use.
I think that's a smart choice. There's a reason why it's an agency level software.
Right. Beautiful.
Yep.
Great.
Okay.
I have a quick question if I can.
Yes.
So I'm a newer agent, not as new as DJ. I've done some deals and stuff like that. And I scheduled a meeting with you tomorrow. So I'm going to hold some of my questions for then. I've got a specific situation that I want to talk to you about tomorrow and see if you guys can help me facilitate that if we were working together. But my question right now that might help other people as well is, what I'm curious about is how much actual assistance from Zoodealio will we get on the marketing side, as not just like Canva things and stuff that we could post and whatnot, but like how much help will we actually get in terms of, because I'm in a position personally where I don't mind making ads. I don't mind doing a lot of that personalized branding and content myself. I'm kind of in a position where I'm trying to learn how to optimize that and set it up with I've never actually ran ads myself for in Instagram or Facebook. And I want to do that stuff. And I have access to courses on how to do it, but I'm wondering how much actual help I would get from you guys, or if it's more on me to kind of take it and run with it.
It's not on you. So we actually do live coaching every single Mondays and Wednesdays are the higher level. And then once a month we do an offers training, what's going on with the hedge funds, et cetera. And then we do have our ads person that will do some training too. But myself and another team member, Noah, we teach people how to do like one click, run proper ad sets with like, how do you stop the scroll with the grab? Then how do you do like an information one that's like a, draw them down the funnel. And then now we leave them to the information one, which is your actual conversion within your ad set, whether it be a 3 series or a 5 series, right? Like whatever it takes, being able to place the pixels for retarget, right? We definitely do go deep on that. Now, most of that is done in a group training atmosphere. If you wanted to get some one-on, most of that stuff we do is pretty thorough, and if you follow it in the step-by-step, but absolutely, if you wanted to call in to get some one-on-one support, yes, we'll accommodate that. To be candid, it's not like we want to be like we're being your advertising coach per se, but of course, again, we'll help get you set up so that you can run these things, get the training wheels off, so to speak, and get out there and play in the game.
Okay. Thank you. Appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Okay. You guys ready? Oh, Anna, go ahead, Anna.
I'm so sorry, guys. I was just wondering, do you by any chance have any presence in the commercial space at all, or are you just exclusively residential?
Right now, exclusively residential. So as an FYI, we can do condos, we can do townhomes. I can even do modulars as long as they're affixed to the ground. And so when you say commercial, I would assume, are you talking like triple net commercial, or are you talking multi units? I can't do either as a record. I just wanted to gauge it.
Multis and perhaps office retail spaces, like smaller things perhaps to start with.
Yeah, office retail space is definitely not, at least not on the immediate roadmap. And we can do, if the deal makes sense, again, we have authority in certain pieces for for a duplex, fourplex. We probably wouldn't do much more than a fourplex just because it's too out of our scope of expertise as it is right now. And I would get too many questions from our capital providers, being quite candid. But yeah, the actual commercial space, if you had something that was just stellar on that wanted to be proposed, again, our investors are investors that we have access to a bunch of money, to be quite frank. And if it makes sense, it makes sense. And that's where it's going to be in a one-off scenario. And I would tell you to call in to support or call in and get a hold of me or get a hold of Keith, because we'd be the ones that would spearhead that.
I appreciate that so much.
You're welcome.
Let me check the chat box one more time here. I think everybody's the same. Hey, how about a big pat on the back and a big hand for James and Elliot and Tim too, for that matter.
Yes, thank you, Tim.
Thank you, Elliot. You got James Hartley.
Thanks, everyone.
Under your face.
Yeah.
Thanks
Hey,
so much.
it's great to be an entrepreneur. That's how this stuff happens, man. It's all about mindset, So,
absolutely.
Yeah. Well, James and Elliot, I want to thank you guys both personally, and you definitely did an awesome job tonight. And
Good stuff.
I really appreciate
Good stuff,
it.
Gary.
Appreciate it, Gary. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, everybody. We appreciate all the questions, all the insight, and I wish everybody much success. And we look forward to working with as many people as we possibly can, whatever that looks like.
Yeah. Well, that's
Thank you.
The way we do things. Instead of me heading these projects up, I like to help. I always say this, these guys are the heroes and I'm the guide, so that's what it's all about.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Hey, the network that's what teamwork makes the dream work.
It
Right.
does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, speaking of dream work, I've been dreaming of some dessert here for a while. So I'm gonna go.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
You
All
guys
right,
have a
guys.
good night. Thank you.
You have a great evening.
Everybody, make sure you set up your one-on-ones. Wednesday, I'm teaching for Jennifer Beatles for an event in Arizona. There's no times open on Wednesday, but you should be in that, by the way. I think you get to go for free. But Thursday and Friday, just set up your time, set up your one-on-ones. Let's keep the ball rolling, okay?
I know that platform, Gary. I've been part of that for a year.
Oh,
Or
cool.
more.
Yeah. Yeah, she's good. She's a rock star, man. You know?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, you guys have a wonderful night. God bless you and your families, and I'll see you in your one-on-ones, and I'll see you next Monday. Bye, everyone.